Hi, everybody. Welcome on this cold and wet Saturday morning. Well, by the time you hear this, it will likely be afternoon, but never mind. I just hope you are nice and toasty, happy and safe wherever you are. Today, I have a lot to talk about, so I better get to it. I'm not a huge fan of an hour-long video because with my ADHD, listening to the same voice for an hour puts me to sleep. So I may cut this one into two parts. We'll see. But let's go. Okay, let's start with what is already widely known, namely the fact that Dominic Reid, the CEO of Invictus, is stepping down after 10 years. Now, Mr. Reid did not really give a reason other than to say that it is time for someone new to take the movement forward in its second vigorous decade. Now, make no mistake, dear Harry is not the worker bee everyone is making him out to be. He is purely the patron, the face of Invictus, the man who really facilitated it all, the worker bee, is indeed Dominic Reid. Now, it can certainly be that after 10 years he is tired or bored or wants to do something else, have a change, but I doubt it. Why now? Why this particular year? If you ask me, I truly think his resignation has a lot to do with Harry accepting the Tillman Award. Thinking back to Harry's speech, he thanked everyone, but those who really work hard to put Invictus Games together. Did you hear him thank Dominic Reid, for instance? I think if you had given 10 years of your life to something just to see someone else who had done very little but parade around as the so-called hero who gets the accolades for nothing but showing up, you get a little ticked off, in my opinion. I personally think Mr. Reid OBE is a little tired of the Harry and Meghan dog and pony show. Mr. Reid started out as the events organizer for Invictus and had thus physically been responsible for putting the event together since day one. So all one can do now is to sit back and see what effect him leaving will have on the games. I'm sure the replacement will be competent, but will it be the same? Will someone finally have the gonads to tell Meghan to sit down and shut up? Tell her it's not her show. It's not about her. Well, I truly hope so. Because if not, I see others like Edward Lane Fox also leaving soon. I don't know what to really tell you. If it comes to choosing between Harry and Meghan and the monarchy will always win. Such is its power, and those in service will always be loyal to the crown. And even if they are not asked to choose, I'm sure they feel slightly disloyal having anything to do with Harry and Meghan at this point. So let's sit back. Let's watch, let's wait and see what happens. I've spoken a lot about justice and taking action against the defamers of the royal family Britain and its people lately. And you know, guys, it is not a case of advocating against free speech, but a matter of discipline. Many of us, even here at the very bottom of Africa, saw what happened in Leeds, and what happened there is something we are all too familiar with. In July 2021, we saw massive unrest and protest action here in South Africa as a result of Jacob Zuma's arrest. To date, the public still don't know exactly how many people died as a result of that unrest. The media tells us 72 people. but word is that it was close to 300. The point I want to make is this. We saw the protest action coming a mile off. Police thought they could contain it, but at the end of the second day, it had gotten out of hand, and the only remedy was to get the armed forces and the military in. So, in the case of Leeds, I therefore ask, where were your water cannons, your shields and batons, and tear gas? Are we so woke now that it is okay to burn buses and wreck police cars? You know, in my opinion, it is not about wokery. It is about a lack of discipline. And a lack of discipline starts at the top and filters down to the bottom. A perfect, ideal example of this when it comes to the royal family and the Harkle debacle goes by the name of Omid Scobie. The lies and bullshit he perpetrated and spread on behalf of his master and mistress borders on being traitorous, and if not traitorous, then definitely slanderous. However, did anyone do anything about it? No. He was allowed to freely tweet complete untruths, to make nasty comments about a child. Remember his comments about Louis? He wrote 2 books about the Harkles and the Royals, full of inaccuracies. Yet, nothing was done about it. In his last book, he, albeit supposedly accidentally, named the racist royals, the ones who commented on the baby's colour, as being Charles and Catherine, the least likely of the entire family to be racist, in my opinion. But, again, was anything done about it? No. So, now we have a scenario where this traitorous, slanderous little plastic twat will be writing, or is writing, or had finished writing a supposed novel, a work of fiction, but which is based on royalty and the royal household. And according to the latest report, Universal Television secured the rights to Scobie's upcoming novel. The title of this new book is called The Royal Spin and is being written in collaboration with young adult novelist Robin Benway. The Royal Spin revolves around a young American politician, Lauren, from the White House, who is sent to revive the communications team at Buckingham Palace after a series of scandals involving the royal family. However, change is not easy or welcome, and the royal household turns out to be as chaotic and confusing as the capital. Scobie's so-called work of fiction is, however, also hailed in some quarters as, and I quote, a glimpse behind the scenes of Buckingham Palace. So, although he is telling us it is a novel, it is fiction, it's also being sold as the truth in certain ways, or in the same light as, for instance, The Crown. Anyway, so what can we expect from this The Crown Macht 2? Just maybe a little bit more juvenile. Will this work of fiction contain some of Meghan's imaginings? The nasty men in grey suits, the racist old queen or king? I mean, who knows? But this time, I'm not upset. I'm just curious, because whatever this body of work contains, however bad it may be for the royal family, this time I think they deserve it. They had the perfect opportunity to take action against Mr. Scobie when he named Charles and Catherine racist. There is no doubt in my mind that that particular statement in Omid's second book was and still is slanderous. But the king, William and Catherine, let it go, and now here we have the result. Mr. Omid Scobie's head swelling, his narcissistic personality being fueled to the brim with his imagined success as his latest writings are being turned into a TV series. Sometimes, the long game, the never complain, never explain, does not work. And as for my part, I can only sit back and go, I told you so. I told you so. I predicted that Omid, like Meghan, would not stop. He'll push the envelope to its limit. And like Meghan, he experiences toe-curling joy every time he gets away with one of his tricks, or whatever you want to call it. The palaces, Buckingham Palace and Kensington Palace, however, refuses to listen to advice from the public. We warned them that the onslaught will increase. We warned them that the attacks needed to be nipped in the bud. But who are we? A bunch of outsiders, when they have a bunch of outdated, old-fashioned insiders who think they are superior to everyone else. A bunch of people who are far too close to the situation to be objective. Anyway, people, I will be back tonight with the rest. Please stay warm if you are in a misty, cold place like me, or stay hydrated and cool if you are in a warm area. Whatever you do, take care of yourself, because I care and I love you. Bye.